Hey everyone, a long time no see. I'm not even going to do an intro, but we're back. And today I have a flip of my new setup for my CP Petite. I really kind of wanted to switch to personal, but I said maybe if I just switch the cover. The vinyl was just getting really icky to me, dusty, that just could not be cleaned. Even if I cleaned it, it would just collect more dust. Not to say that I wouldn't go back to it, but I just wanted to kind of make a switch. Now, the disclaimer here is I left the 1.5-inch disc in there, and I don't care about overhang, okay? I really don't, as long as it's functional. So with that being said, let's get into this flip. So the cover and the disc are from cloth and paper. This is from Ollie Clip. And I have just a few little things in the pocket. Y'all, I literally just slid it out of the vinyl and into here. So a lot of stuff was left over. And I just have these page flags. And one is from cloth and paper. And then this one is from my shop. And then I got these with a swap with Ashley Way. And it was a little freebie she gave me with some things we swapped. And this is mine, my little mini cutlet thing here. So I'm gonna slide that back in. It's nothing much going on. And then in here, I just have like a bill, and then I have some little, these were when it was Banana Doodle Shop. That's how long and old these are. They're just there, okay? And then this glass cover is from Cloth and Paper. And then this Legendary Aesthetic, I switched out my cover, a little more third quarter summerish kind of thing here. Legendary Aesthetic, which is from my shop, Dashboard. And someone wanted for me to keep them updated on how this wears. It has worn fine, but when I first got it, I thought it had some more plastic on it, so I accidentally scraped the end. But other than that, it's wearing fine. It's been, like, of course, from planner to planner. But this is my current quote-unquote inbox. And then this I got off of Etsy. Oh my goodness. I can't remember, Lord have mercy, I can't remember the name of the shop. If I can remember and you really want to know, I'll put it down in the description box. And I just printed it front and back. Oh, Planner, here it is, Planneritty. That's where it's from, Planneritty on Etsy. And then this Discipline dashboard is from my shop. It is vellum. And then this is something that I just made for myself. I've spoken about this before, but it's just like my word of the year. And then all of like my goals and how my planning, basically my planning routine, goals, and all of my yearly tasks broken down into my monthly tasks, broken down into my weekly tasks, broken down into my daily tasks. And I did get this idea from the planner spot. Now, this is just for me. I do not make this, but if you want something similar, I made mine for my niece. And if you want something similar, you can go over there, and she has it like a printable on Etsy. Okay, and then this is just some old vellum, and I just stuck page flags on it so I can have them to like just grab and reach for. And then we have the task manager. This is my task manager. And as y'all can see, I started in January. Then we went to February to March. I got some things done in February, a few things done in March. So it's time, I've missed it. So now it's time to update it. And I have a few of those in there. And yeah, I need to almost take this one out. So I have my yearly overview calendar, and this is just one vellum. I just made it for myself. And then this is Luxury Exists dashboard from my shop. And this is from Crafted Designs Co. I think it was like a thank you card. And I just downsized my goal achievement card. This card actually comes bigger, but I just made it smaller and then just covered up the 2025. Okay. And then this was a goals insert from one of our budget boxes. And so I just still kind of use it. And then here's another yearly overview. At first I was using this for bills, but bills are kind of repetitive. So I started adding in like birthdays, certain things I didn't want to forget, like my sister's wedding reception, her bridal shower, stuff like that, birthdays, again, all of that great stuff. And then here is my important dates. I just broke them down here and checked them off as they come. And so I kind of did it a little backwards, but this is April. April stuff is here. May stuff is here. August stuff is here, I think. I don't know. I messed up. But anyway, here we go. So I have just like some important dates I didn't want to forget. So I'm glad I still have that. Now, when I cleaned this out and kind of updated it, some things I just left because I need it as a guide. But I have these half sheets here. These are ones that I made for myself. And then my 2026 vellum dashboard. And then I just have this clear card. I don't know where I got this from, so I'm so sorry. And then I have it on top of a mood board that I made for myself at the beginning of the year. And then on the back, I have this gentle reminder card, journal card from Crafted Design Co. So I am a layerer. Like, if you don't know, I love to layer. And then I have my January vellum over top of my monthly. And I did not put these up for download this year, but maybe next year. And so this is June. And I have the rest of the year in here. And let's see if I did July. A little bit of July. I just wrote down what I need to pay, decoration. That's how life has been lately. It's like, I don't have time for deco. I just have time to write the important things down. And I haven't carried her in about maybe a month. But, yeah. So that is that. I think I might have marked off August. And if you can see, some vellum pages are missing because I can't find them. Yeah. So that's just the monthlies. And then we get into, and make sure, this next dashboard is also from that discipline set, which is my word of the year, the 5 C's of discipline. And then I have this from Cloth and Paper. It came in like a sub box, and I just have it layered over top of my week on one page cover page. And these are from Cloth and Paper. And then on the back, I just have some sticky notes, and this is from Point Hun, this here, and the sticky note is from May Paper Co. And then these little half-page dividers are from Cloth and Paper. And then as you can see, the date on here is like March, but these were my week on a page. Again, I like to leave them so I can just kind of see how I was using them to plan. And I actually like when there's just minimal deco, just works for me. And this was June. And so this is the empty. And then next, this is schedule. So we're getting into like my weekly schedule. Again, this dashboard, I reprinted it on vellum, and it's from Plannery on Etsy. And then this is my schedule. So I left, again, these in here now from March up until like probably June, just so I could kind of go back and see certain things I paid, what I was making, all that great stuff. So I'm going to take some of these out, but I just wanted to like leave the deco so I could just see how I decorated. And this was like my birthday week. And I just wanted to see how I decorated. And actually I love the minimal part of it. And then this one thing started to get busy, and I just, let me see, this was May 10th, 17th. Yeah, see, I like to leave stuff in here like this because I know like when I started to like work out or necessarily walk and eat right, and I can't pinpoint a date, but like with my planner here, I can. I think I started like the 25th, but like seeing this, I can tell it was around this week here. Okay, so as you can see, it definitely probably was this week, the 25th, because it's real empty. All right, and then I tried again in June and writing my totals down because I really need my totals like for bills, stuff like that. And as you can see this week, just plain, just writing it down. Just, again, writing it down. And that's all. And then I made some more pages, but I gotta add some more here. And then this sticky note is from Cloth and Paper. Again, Plannery on Etsy. And this reset budget, I forgot what it's called, but it is a dashboard from my shop. And then we have the dailies from my shop. And here's like a little grocery list. And I just kind of leave this in here because these are just kind of my main things. So I just leave it in there. And this daily is from Cloth and Paper. It came in a sub box and I was trying to use it. And then these are my dailies, which I absolutely love. And then this is one of my new dashboards. It's the Nourish dashboard. So I put it in here with the meals. And then the meals dashboard. And I just actually like this one better than this one. But it's there. And then here's a meal journal card from my shop. And then this is another one of those new meal dashboards, which is the Entertain dashboard. And then the new meal planner. And I think the first one with you guys. I think the second one I did by myself. I've been meal planning in my phone, okay? And then I still don't look at it. That's the crazy part. So I'll see if I got a little footage of, you know, when I how I meal plan on my phone. But it's the same concept. The only thing is I don't do the groceries. I do the meal plan on my phone, and then I'd make a separate note for the groceries. Like, yeah, this is more effective. It's just, I haven't used it because I just really haven't carried my planner. Okay, and then we've seen my weekly meal planner when I write everything down that I'm going to eat per day. But I actually I think I'm going to take these out because I actually like this better because I'm eating pretty much the same thing, and then I can just choose. Like, I have 2 breakfast options, 2 posts, and with the post and pre-workout, they're pretty much the same, so I can just kind of pick, you know what I mean? So I don't have to sit here and say, oh, I didn't eat chia pudding on Monday, I ate it on Thursday. So yeah, I'm gonna just take those out. And then I have my recipes, and these are in my shop, and I think they came with a meal planner in a budget box. And then this meal ideas is just something I made for myself, just to write down. But now I have that other thing. I may not need this, but this is just kind of like a jot down situation. And then here are my project inserts. I don't know. I can't remember what this is in. I can't even begin to tell you. But anyway, I made these. And so this is from March. And I want to do a kitchen renovation. So I just wrote down everything that I want to do for that renovation. Have I done it yet? No, but it's just here, you know, for reference. The front lawn, I wrote that down, and certain things we did get done. I put down irrigation, but we don't have that. But we did do grass, seeds, rocks, shrubs, all that kind of stuff. So that was done. So it's good to, and I like to just write things down, just prayerfully they'll happen, I don't know. And then this is a piece dashboard from my shop, which is kind of, you know, messed up, but it's here. And then we just get into my notes section. Some of these notes are just kind of still the same. And the reason, like when I planned my sister's bridal shower, all of that, I planned it here on notes. I am a note taker, okay? I love, like, writing, and especially on some graph, I love, like, kind of planning on graphs. So that is that. And then so see, May 23rd, I wrote down overnight oats. So I put containers, oats, and bananas. I put down rose, egg white. So I was kind of meal planning here first. And that was the 23rd. So we kind of figured out the date that we did, okay? And then on, look like the 28th, I wrote down things I needed to buy for the salon, for my personal home, and then for NoCo. And then just some more graph paper. And then we get into my budget section. And this is just a currency dashboard. And then this one, I don't know if I ever released to the shop, but there's that. And then I have some half paychecks. And then here's really probably the first page of that discipline dashboard, or second. And then I have the expense tracker. We was rolling with this expense tracker, okay? And then it just got kind of hard. Not necessarily hard. It wasn't hard. Let me stop lying. It wasn't hard. It was difficult because I wasn't bringing my planner with me. And then I started planning in my head of what I was spending. And yeah, so we definitely need to get back on this. I did attempt the beginning of July, and then that was that. Okay. And then here are the expense breakdown pages. And I did love these, which I'm definitely going to come back to, because I could put everything I was spending into categories, and then I could get that total number at the end of the week. So that's that. And that pretty much, yeah, I just have a lot of those, which I probably don't need that many. And then I have this little half-page ruler. I think this is from Cloth and Paper. And then I have this Grand Door dashboard from Crafted Designs Co. I really, really love this dashboard. And then another glass page. See how they get so filthy? And then that's it. I don't have anything else. She's thick. But if you know, you know. You know I love a good thick planner. So, yeah. She's back on the road this week. But that is the flip of my updated CP Petite. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.